guys, it's Omar Juby. Welcome back to my channel. We're here for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 9, Episode 2 review. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So the episode started off with the return of Cynthia Lee Fontaine. That was totally not a shocker at all. I knew she was a part of the season since like November. I'm excited because I do like Cynthia, but also I think that actually should have possibly went to Dax or Layla. Dax should have went a lot farther in season 8, and Layla improved so much since her stint on season 8, and she could have really done a lot. She could have really shown her growth. But I do love Cynthia. She's ready, she's taking no prisoners, she's positive, she's joyous, and she has such a great energy about her. I do love Cynthia, but I do kind of wish it was Dax or Layla that came back. We're here for a cheerleading challenge, which I think is actually pretty cute. It was so funny too because Bring It On just came on right before that. They were split into two teams. The team leaders were Nina and Cynthia. James was a part of Nina's team. I'm going to talk about James a little bit. James' personality kind of grew on me a little bit because me and James have a very similar personality. When James is not in drag, he's very introverted and quiet. But you realize when you get on reality TV, you kind of have to be an elevated version of yourself. They basically did a cheerleading challenge. They had a few little fun moments in the cheerleading training. I thought it was kind of cute when the guy was like, "You're gonna get a face full," and Shay was like, "That's not a problem." I'm gonna actually focus on a couple of the workroom moments because we got a lot of good workroom moments this episode. When Peppermint talked about her getting beat up in high school when she made a comment that a boy was attractive on the basketball team, and the basketball team just came and viciously beat her up, but she ended up getting a lot of support and a lot of love behind that because people were there to support her. I love Peppermint's energy. I love Peppermint's personality. She just seems approachable and friendly. You want to get to know her. And that was a really personal moment to share on live television. There's a lot of LGBT youth who've experienced that. Fortunately, I haven't experienced being beat up because of my sexuality. That needed to be said, and I'm glad that she shared that too. Also, something that was very, very important was Cynthia sharing her moments about her cancer and that's in remission. She's basically faced with her own mortality right after coming off of Drag Race, one of the biggest experiences of her life. Now that she's in full remission and she's ready and she's healthy and she's prepared to come back and slay, her personality is just so lovable and she's so positive and she's just so energetic. I love her. There was a bit of a poop sandwich this week. My big poop sandwich had to go to Kimora. I just didn't like what she was putting off this week. You see her personality, it just kind of seemed very mean girlish, and I kind of like a little bit spoiled. She doesn't really have to think outside the box to get what she wants. It just seems like, oh hey, this works for me, let me keep doing it. I can see right now that Kimora's not gonna go very far with that attitude. Unless her placement this week lights a fire under her ass, I don't see Kimora lasting for very long. Enough with that, let's get into the challenge. The challenge was this cheer battle between these two teams, and I thought it was pretty cute. Drag Race has not done this before, and I thought it was really cute, and it was actually a very physical activity. Some of my standouts from the challenge was Shay. Shay really stood out this week for me. Shay was funny, she was personable, and she was fashionable. I really liked Shay. I liked Shay before, but Shay really stood out and she kicked ass in the challenge. I mean, she was probably the most athletic. Also Trinity too. Trinity is not getting enough credit due to her because she is really doing a damn good job. It was very funny. Loved her to death. But my personal favorite in the challenge was Valentina. She was the one that actually made me laugh. She's that girl that you see on like cheer squads who are super energetic and super peppy and super oh my god and so corny, but it was so funny and it's so lovable and it's so sweet and it's endearing. Valentina was extremely endearing this episode. She's one of my favorites. I loved her. Now some of the people who did the worst, Kimora just really wasn't energetic. To have sleazy, or I think it was slutty, that was like the easiest one. You could have milked the hell out of that. You could have like stretched your legs, did some like very suggestive moves, push it, just really push it. And the thing is too is that you're a sexy body girl, so I don't understand why she didn't push it and do so much more, because she could have like really milked that role. Another one was Charlie. I've had high hopes for Charlie. I even said it in my Drag Race video before that I thought Charlie would win. Charlie's not really bringing it that much as I thought she was. She's kind of like resting a little bit. And she also had one of the easier ones. It's Boozy. Charlie is a comedian, so I was surprised that she kind of was she didn't really do that well this week. That was a little bit of a shock. I thought she was going to kill it, or at least place middle ground. She just was not that energetic and not really that interesting. And last up, who wasn't really that great, was unfortunately James. She had floozy, and it was something where kind of similar to Kimora. You could have played it up, you could have done more. You're inspired by Jane Mansfield. You're inspired by a sex symbol. Why aren't you playing that up a little bit more? Be sexy. Push your breastplate up, push your hips out, accentuate your padding, play with your hair, do so much more. Because that could have been hilarious. That could have been so funny. I think she was in her head a lot. It was unfortunate because you really saw her so overwhelmed. I think in terms of her aesthetic and her drag, she just needs to become more fully realized. That's when she could actually really become a strong competitor. So let's move on to the runway. The runway was all white, which I was actually waiting for them to do an all white runway for the past like 2 or 3 seasons. So category is white. And I'm gonna start with the first look, which is, once again in alphabetical order, Aja. Actually, this was one of my favorite looks of the runway. I think she killed it. I love the Illuminati inspired look. I love the mask. I couldn't see her makeup, so that's probably why I liked it. I love the dress. I thought it was beautiful. I liked her much more this episode because I didn't really see a lot of her personality. It was probably one of the strongest outfits of the week. I gave it an 8 out of 10. She did a damn great job. Next is Alexis Michelle. I love the dress. I love the hair. I didn't really care for the makeup, and I hated the eyebrows. It just kind of took it into this like fantasy snow queen look that wasn't hitting for me. If she wanted to do a snow queen, I think she should have been more fully realized and added snowflakes and added icicles. I was looking to see that. I was wondering if someone was going to do like this whole like Frozen Elsa like icicle snow queen look, and no one really did. I didn't really like the eyebrows that much. It kind of took it all out for me, and the makeup was okay. I gave it a 7 out of 10 because the dress was beautiful. Charlie Heights, what she didn't do in the challenge, she made it for in the runway. Her runway was amazing. I think she had probably one of the strongest runways. I love the fur hood. I love the dress. It was beautiful. The makeup was stunning. She looked like this beautiful, rich socialite going to like Aspen to ski, and she nailed it. She absolutely nailed it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful look. She looks so gorgeous in this episode. I gave her a 9 out of 10 because she slayed. Next is Cynthia Lee Fontaine. It's very Texas type drag, which is where she's from. She's from Austin, Texas. It's typical drag. When you think of a drag queen, you think of what Cynthia Lee Fontaine was wearing. It was beautiful. It was passable. I liked it. Wish she did something a little bit more inventive, but hey, I don't mind it. 7 out of 10. Eureka. I actually kind of like Eureka a lot this episode. I wish her hair was like platinum blonde, it being that like dark, like almost like urine color blonde. It kind of took the whole all white thing away for me. If it was like a very platinum blonde or white or even gray, she would have been amazing. I like Eureka because she fully commits and she fully goes for it. Very much enjoyed her. And I also wish it wasn't pants. It was a dress, she would have been great. But for me, 8 out of 10. Pheromone. Now this to me is Vegas showgirl. If she wore this last week, she would have nailed it. I like it. I really, really do like it. It's not anything that's like crazy. Her makeup to me was a little bit too white on her face, so it didn't like match her skin tone. But I really did like her outfit. I want Farrah to do something that's not obvious for her. I want her to step out of her comfort zone and do something very, very interesting, very, very fun, and very, very different. It's passable. I really liked it. To me, it was a 7 out of 10. James Mansfield. I really, really liked her runway. Her padding is really great. Like the silhouette that created, I loved it. I get Jane Mansfield. I actually really, really do like it. I just wish she fully commits to her character. She just goes halfway instead of going all the way. But the outfit, I gave it an 8 out of 10. I really, really liked her outfit. I loved the hair. It was beautiful. She did a great job. Kimora Black, I just didn't, what? I understood what she was going for. She was going for like the all white party look. So usually all white parties are done at clubs or on yachts. And she was going for more of that yacht look. Why add these gold gloves and this blue star-spangled bikini top? Why? Like, this is an all-white runway. Just leave the sailor hat on. If she left the sailor hat on, I think we would have totally got it, because the gold in that sailor hat isn't as distracting as those damn weird gold gloves. It's funny, for someone who's been doing drag for 10 years, I feel like she doesn't know about editing. She's like, oh, I like these gloves, I like this bikini top, this looks sexy, I love this hat. If she took the gloves off and took the bikini top off, or changed the bikini top color and left the hat on, I probably would have liked it a little bit more. But as of now, it's a 5 out of 10. I understood where she was going, but she did not nail it at all. Miss Nina Bonina Brown, because her outfit last week was so amazing, what she did this week was kind of less impressive. It's cute and it's passable, but when you set the bar so high for yourself, it can kind of be detrimental. It's pretty, but it didn't wow me. I wish the fishnets were maybe like a little bit smaller, actually. I think those white fishnets kind of bothered me a little bit. Maybe some like gloves on their arms. But I love the Storm inspired wig. I think that was really pretty. I think it's a 7 out of 10. Didn't wow me like last week, but she did a damn good job. Peppermint. I like Peppermint's personality. She needs work with draping her outfits. They kind of just drape over a little bit too much and make her look kind of shapeless. Her hair was good. I liked her makeup. She just loses her body in that. But it's pretty cute. I gave it a 7 out of 10. She did a decent job. Sasha Velour, I think she's gonna be the type of person who's gonna think very outside of the box and really kind of push the envelope. It didn't stand out that much for me, but it was a cute outfit. I do wish she said something a little bit more dramatic, but it was cute. It's passable. I give it a 7 out of 10. Miss Shea Coulee. I just love saying Shea Coulee. I loved her outfit. One of my favorite outfits of the week. I loved her this week. I just loved her energy, loved her personality. She killed it. That jumpsuit was like very futuristic and very high fashion, and she paired it with this Barbarella 1960s hair. One of my favorite outfits of the week. I give it a 9 out of 10. She nailed it. Trinity Taylor. We're not giving this girl enough credit that she's due. Her look was amazing. It was futuristic. It's something I wouldn't expect from Trinity. I thought Trinity would have been more of a pageant girl and probably did something more like willowy and flowy and very like rhinestoney. It was alien. It was futuristic. I loved her wig. I loved the way that outfit fits. She killed it. I loved it. 9 out of 10. Nailed it. One of my favorite outfits. And my last one, my baby Valentina. This was the outfit where I walked out and I was like, yes, someone nailed it. Someone killed it. Someone fully got it. She did a wedding dress, which I think was absolutely genius in terms of doing an all-white runway. And I think sometimes when you do an outfit, it should be a theme. Like maybe go for the wedding theme, go for the Snow Queen theme, go for the alien theme like Trinity did. And she went for a wedding theme based off of her parents and her mom in particularly. I think she looked absolutely gorgeous. Her makeup is so fucking good. Her hair is so fucking good. Her dress is so fucking good. I cannot believe she was doing drag for 10 months before she was on the show. Even though she's been doing it the least amount, her character is fully realized. She fully commits to Valentina, whereas some of the other girls, they don't fully commit to the characters, or they just do the minimum requirements, the bare minimum to get by. And Valentina is not afraid to push the envelope. This is amazing. Beautiful, gorgeous. If it was some of those nude shoes, I would have gave it a 10 out of 10, but it's a 9 out of 10, but it's my favorite outfit of the week. With the challenge, Miss Valentina was the winner, which she rightfully deserved. She's such a positive force. I love her energy. I love her personality. She's so sweet and so adorable, and she rightfully deserved to win that challenge. So the bottom two happened to fall with James and Kimora, which I could see that coming. James was just in his head this entire week, and it was very sad to see him kind of like not really embrace this opportunity and just go full force. Kimora, just her personality wasn't really positive. She just seems like someone who really just does the bare minimum to get by, and I don't see her lasting long in this season if she doesn't really push the envelope and go forward and do more and think outside the box. So the lip sync for your life was to the B-52s Love Shack, which is like one of the most like iconic songs from the 80s, and the B-52s were there, so they had to lip sync the song in front of the B-52s. Honestly, I think James kind of won that lip sync. I saw James Mansfield. I saw what she was trying to portray as James Mansfield, someone who's sexy, coy, kind of ditzy. I saw it in that lip sync. Between the Meet the Queens video, between these two episodes she was on, her lip sync for your life, I was like, I get it. I get who you are, James Mansfield, and I totally understand it. Kimora was just very sexy. Love Shack is this very like energetic, but like kind of like funny, quirky song, and she was just being kind of sexy and just like writhing her body. It didn't seem fitting for that song. So the girl who Shantae They Stayed was Kimora Black, and the girl who sashayed away was unfortunately James Mansfield. And her exit speech kind of tugged on my heartstrings because she said something that was very important, something that we don't necessarily think about when we criticize these drag queens. Under all the makeup, under all the wigs, under all the rhinestones and the fabulous, amazing garments and editing, these are human beings. These are actual people. You could tell that James was uncomfortable and James was overwhelmed, but she basically just wanted to do well. And she wanted to be well liked. And my heart kind of like broke a little bit for James. I want James to really focus on fully realizing who she is as a drag queen. If she came in fully realized and elevated, she would have gotten very far. She at least probably gotten to the middle. There's potential there. She just needs to push it and go to the next level. That was my Drag Race review. Make sure to follow my social media links below. It is Snapchat, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. Make sure to click subscribe and like and comment this video. Just make sure to click that notification bell so you see my videos every Monday and Thursday. I will definitely be here, and I'll see you guys next Monday with a Drag Race review. Leave your favorites. Leave who you think should have withheld this episode. It's Omar, it's UB, And I'm out. Bye. How that asshole tastes like. And I said strawberry cheesecake and ass. My asshole probably doesn't taste like strawberry cheesecake. Probably tastes like, I don't know, soap, wet wipes, and like ass. Another anonymous,